Anyone can be a boss. A title makes you a boss. A promotion makes you a boss. Seniority makes you a boss. But a title has never once made anyone a leader, because a boss and a leader are not the same thing, not even close. And the difference is felt by every single person in the room. A boss talks, a leader listens. A boss gives orders, a leader gives direction. A boss wants to be feared. A leader earns respect. A boss takes credit. A leader gives it. A boss points at the problem. A leader works on the solution alongside the people facing it. See the difference. A boss sits at the top and looks down. A leader stands beside their people and looks forward together. A boss measures their worth by how much power they hold. A leader measures their worth by how much power they give away to the people around them. And here is what most people in positions of authority never understand. Fear is not respect. You can make people afraid of you and call it leadership. You can demand obedience and call it authority. You can silence every voice in the room and call it control. But what you have built is not a team. It is a cage, and people in cages do the minimum. They follow rules, not because they believe in the vision, but because they are afraid of the consequence. They show up, not because they are inspired, but because they need the paycheck. They stay, not because they feel valued, but because leaving feels risky. That is not leadership. That is management through fear, and it always eventually collapses. But when you lead with respect, something different happens. People give more than you asked for. They bring ideas you never thought of. They protect the vision, not because they have to, but because they believe in it. They stay, not because they are trapped, but because they feel seen, valued, and part of something bigger than themselves. That is the power of real leadership. A true leader develops people, not just processes. A true leader asks, "What do you need from me?" Not just, "What have you done for me?" A true leader creates an environment where people are not afraid to fail because they know failure here is called learning. A true leader is consistent, not just kind when things are going well, but steady when things fall apart. Not just encouraging in public, but honest in private. Not just present for the wins, but present for the hard conversations too. Because leadership is not a performance, it is a practice, done daily, done quietly, done in the small moments that nobody is watching, but everybody feels. So ask yourself honestly, when you walk into a room, do people stand taller or do they shrink? When you speak, do people feel inspired or do they feel afraid? When you leave, do people work harder because they believe in the mission or do they breathe a sigh of relief because the pressure is gone? Your answer tells you everything, because the world does not need more bosses. The world has enough people giving orders, taking credit, and leading through fear. What the world needs are leaders, people who build others up, people who share the vision and the credit and the responsibility, people who understand that the greatest thing a leader can do is make themselves eventually unnecessary because they have grown the people around them so well, so consistently, so faithfully, that the mission carries itself. That is legacy, that is leadership, not a boss who was feared, but a leader who was remembered for how they made people feel capable, valued, and unstoppable. Be that leader. The world is waiting for you.